Hello everyone. We're at it again. We're doing another social experiment. Well, actually, or maybe the same. I don't even know. But yeah, we're gonna challenge people yet again to see what happens. You guys want to try a social experiment? Okay. I wanted to do some activism also yesterday, but it just turned out there is absolutely no time. Although the weather has been quite nice. And that's well, it is nice. It's like it is sunny, but there's a wind and it is pretty cold. I might have to put on my cap, but let's see. You guys want to try a social experiment?
We would, but we have to go somewhere.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Let's see how many people stop. Hey, you want to try a social experiment?
Yes, of course.
Are you okay being live on my YouTube channel?
Okay. Okay.
You want to be on camera, off camera? How do you prefer?
Go on camera.
Nope. We'll both be on camera.
Okay.
Oh, come a little bit here.
What's the...
I'm Chip, by the way. What's your name?
My name is Angela.
Aniel. Nice to meet you.
Angela.
Angela.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
I'm
meet you.
Georgina.
Georgina. Where are you from?
North Macedonia.
North Macedonia. Oh, nice. I'm originally from Romania, so Eastern
so
Europe.
it's
Yes.
quite same.
We're quite the same. Yeah, let's say that. So, can turn this around and tell me what you think. It says animal abuse should be legal. Do you
Can
agree?
you repeat that? I'm sorry.
It says animal abuse should be legal.
Should be legal.
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
No, because they're souls. They're pure souls.
Yeah.
What do you mean by souls?
Just like every person has a soul, I believe they also have a soul
souls.
and a good one as well.
Okay. So I guess when you mean soul, you mean like they have a personality,
Yes.
they have
Yeah.
subjective experience of life, right? And
Yeah.
okay. How would you define abuse then?
There's physical and mental abuse.
Що ви ще саме покажемо на українську?
Насильство. Sorry.
No worries, no worries.
So physical abuse would be, okay, for example, let's say in Macedonia we have so many stray dogs and cats, and physical abuse would be, I don't know, throwing rocks on them, kicking them or something like that.
Or
Okay.
giving them unhealthy food or something like
Yes.
otrov,
Or
some poison. Yeah,
Okay.
in the parks.
Yeah, an
They do
emotion.
it a lot in our country.
Yeah, and as you also said, emotional, right? Because there's also an
Yes.
emotional side to it. Okay. And how would you call somebody who abuses animals? Or somebody, let's put it this way. What would you say about somebody who supports the abuse of animals?
unhuman.
Unhuman.
Human, yeah.
Okay.
Unhuman.
Okay. And
Without
if you-
thinking.
let's put it this way: if an animal were to be abused on somewhere on the street, and you see it, would you walk away ignoring it? Would you say something about it, or would you go there, or would you go there and join?
Okay. I would act logically, first of all. First, I will see if.
Let's say you're in no danger if you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
If I'm not in danger, yes. I would go there and I would try to stop them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
Okay.
Same.
And my final question: what if we benefit from abusing animals?
What if we
What would be the
Benefit. Like I don't know, maybe eating them afterwards.
Well, we already do that.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Do you see where I'm going with this?
Yes, yeah.
Do you consume
yeah.
any animal products?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think there's some inherent abuse behind animal products?
Well, we see that, there are so many nutritions from eating animals. At least that's what they say.
There are so many what?
Nutritions?
Yeah. So we get benefit from it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, yeah.
Yeah. Because do you think that we can get all the nutrition that we need without doing this to animals? Like by just eating plants or plant-based?
I'm not sure. I mean, I hope so.
Yeah, we
If
can.
if there's a possibility, yes, for not eating animals and getting all the same nutritions, that would be a big plus.
Yeah, so Do you know what veganism is, by the way?
Yes.
What do you think it is?
Eating no animal food, plant-based food.
Plant-based, yeah.
Yeah, so being vegan is not a diet. It just means that we don't want animals to be exploited for
Yes.
us, abused for us. We don't want animals to be treated like objects, literally, right? Like you said, they have souls. Like I'm not a religious person, so I don't believe in the existence of a soul. But basically, how you would classify a soul, as I said, a personality, a will to live, a subjective experience. Animals have all that, and we recognize that because there's science behind it, and we say then it's wrong to use them or exploit them for anything we need because it would be wrong to do that to a human being also, right? So why would it be right to do to an animal,
Yeah, you're right.
right?
Yeah, you're right.
And just to put things a little bit into perspective, do you know anything about the dairy industry?
Yeah, it's basically food that comes from animals without killing them or so.
Yeah. But for example, why do cows produce milk? Do you know, like, I used to think
it's-
that they just eat grass and they produce milk, but there's biological reasons why cows produce milk.
Sorry, I don't.
Oh, that's okay. They're mammals. They're just like us, so they produce milk when they have babies. So that means they have to get pregnant for them to produce milk. So farmers, they don't wait for them to decide when they want to get pregnant. They literally forcefully impregnate them. The procedure most of the times goes like somebody puts their hand in their anus, hold their cervix, and injects bull semen. My sister's a veterinarian, and she did that a lot of the time, so it happens a lot. I would call that, there's no body autonomy if they forcefully impregnate them. But after 9 months, when the babies are born, what do you think happens to them?
They do the same thing all over again.
If they're female, yes. But the first thing that happens is they separate them from their mother because their instinct is to drink their mother's milk, and they don't want that because they need to sell the milk to people, right? So that's the first thing, which I would say is very fucked up to separate the child from the mother the first day, or maybe
Just like
for a week.
babies,
Yeah,
human babies.
exactly. And if they're female, well, if they're male, they don't produce milk, so.
They kill them.
Exactly. And if they're female, year-over-year forceful impregnation for like 6 to 8 years, when the farmer can no longer impregnate them with ease, and then they all get killed. So, and they can live up to 25 years, so it's like less than a quarter of your life, maybe a third of your life, and they're all miserable and throughout that life because they get exploitation without even understanding what's happened, and then they all get killed in the end, right? Wouldn't
Yeah.
you say that's very much abusive towards them?
Yes. Yes, when you think about that,
Need to
yes.
go.
Yeah, and for me this just was, and I understand you need to go.
Yeah.
I just, knowing this and hearing a little bit about this, do you feel like you want to keep participating in this? Do you want to keep supporting this?
No, because at first I don't like the way that you think. That you don't think that there are souls.
Oh,
And
that's
you
okay.
don't believe
We
in
don't
souls,
have
yeah.
to agree with that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Well, that's
but you
why
think they have souls, so that doesn't matter. It doesn't
Yeah.
contradict the idea,
That's
right?
why I don't want to continue with.
That's okay.
That's all, yeah.
No
Thank you
offense,
very much.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
everybody being religious, but
Yeah.
I'm just here
Yeah.
speaking up on their behalf,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I just want to say that as long as you will continue to buy animal products, as long as you will continue to support these industries, you will not be able to maintain your status of being against animal abuse because you are supporting animal abuse, right? So animals will be exploited, abused because of you and for you while you keep buying these products. So that's why I ask, and I'm not here to make you feel bad. I'm here to speak up on their behalf and try to help you out with not doing any of this because I have resources on my side. I have everything that you need, but a lot of the people, they have this thing called cognitive dissonance where they're like, their brain says, run away because I would need to change if I learn that what I'm doing is not right. But do you think it is right what we do to animals?
I won't say that we need to go. Really. Because they're waiting for us.
Okay.
Thank
Can
you
I give
very
you a
much.
card? If you
Yes,
but
yes,
only if you
sure.
promise to look into it.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Don't let animals go into slaughterhouses for you. It's not
Thank
fair
you.
towards them. Okay?
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.
Hello, everybody. Hey, Nathan. Nice to see you. Hey, Martin. Nice to see you. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Um, oh damn! I forgot my keys in my bike. Just realized that now. Yeah, hello everybody. If you're here, we're just trying to get people to think a little bit about animals. We're doing a social experiment. We're trying to get them to see a different perspective, though, a different one that they're normally used to. And as you can see, some people, they take offense to the idea. Uh, hey, Miss Katie, nice to see you here. It's the first time that I see somebody getting offended because I don't believe in souls. It's a little bit like, huh, what? Why? I just don't believe in souls. What? We can have different beliefs. Doesn't forbid us from talking about facts, right? That doesn't forbid us from making the world better just because you believe in souls and I don't. Kind of weird, but yeah, it is what it is, you know. Hey, Tofu Fabian, nice to see you here. The funny thing is, the whole idea of a soul is exactly something that we all agree with. It's this idea of subjective experience of an identity, right? And we kind of know that animals also have that. They have an identity. They have a will to live. They have a desire, personality, all this. And all this matches with the idea of soul. But somehow you have to believe in souls in order for it to be right? Nah, that's not okay. Let's see if we get some more people. There's a Christmas market right over here, so let's see. Tofu Fabian says, we either all have souls or none of us do. Exactly. Hey Jackie, nice to see you here. And that's also the point that I was trying to make. It doesn't really matter if you believe in a soul or not, right? It just matters that you don't make the differentiation between humans and animals, saying that some have souls and some don't. That's all that matters. And I'm not here to judge anybody for their religion. That's the reality. My phone keeps telling me that I lost my keys. Maybe if... oh, there's cut in there. Yeah, in case I'm a little bit distracted, is because I forgot the keys into my bike, and but I see it. It's within eyesight, so there's no worries there. But that's why I'm a little bit distracted, because you know, you never know here in Amsterdam. There's a lot of people who steal bikes, so whatever. Tom Holland says my dog has a soul. Nice, Tom. Are you vegan, Tom? I'm sorry if I don't know, but yeah, you know. All animals have the same amount of souls, yeah. Anima means soul. Maybe that will help knock out the stubborn religious argument. That's a very good point. Thank you, Vegan47. Birgir, is that? Am I Brig? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Nathan says, yeah, my bike was stolen a while ago. I know, I understand what you mean. I don't think mine will get stolen. It's just the problem is that my house keys are attached to it. That's the bigger problem. Because the bike is a rental, so... But I see a fellow activist coming, so I'll ask him. We're like 6 activists, all doing a social experiment here. So let's see. Maybe we get more people to be vegan, you know, there are a lot of us. Hey, can I ask you something? Can you go to my bike and grab and lock my bike and come bring my keys? Because I forgot to take them out. Thank you. It's the one with the big basket. Verhuis naar Maastricht. Your fiets is veilig. Tofu Fabian, are you from the Netherlands? Or, yeah. Let's see, I'm going to focus and get people to... Thank you. You guys want to try a social experiment? Okay. No more distractions. No more. That's it. Let's do this. Hey, would you like to try a social experiment? I also might just, so we're gonna wait, like, I'm not gonna move today because we're a bigger group here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to see if nobody comes, then I'm gonna turn this around and let's see if people agree with the sign. Nay, but I lived in Maastricht for a while. Nice. Nice. So Maastricht is a nice city. I haven't been myself, but I heard a lot of good things about it. Hey, would you guys want to try a social experiment? You got nothing to lose, just a couple of questions. But yeah, hello everyone, happy first Advent. Is that it? I don't know. I never knew what that meant. Happy first Advent. Is that because it's the first day of December? Interesting. Today is actually Romania's national day, first day of December. So yeah. I was expecting more Romanians because they usually leave the country when it's 1st of December. Because it's a day off, no other reason. I didn't see the whole interaction, but have tried the point. Do you think we should respect other sentient beings? Hey, would you like to try a social experiment? I just ask you some questions.
Yeah, sure.
You okay being live from my YouTube channel?
That's no problem.
Okay. What's your name?
Hello, Sarah.
Sarah, nice to meet you, Sarah. I'm
Nice to
Chip.
meet you.
Where are you from?
Ireland.
Ireland. Oh, nice. Sarah, do you have any social cause that you're particularly passionate about?
Oh, no, not really.
No, not really. Okay. Do you think, do you believe in justice? Do you think we should all
Yes.
behave in a just way towards everybody?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Oh God, you're asking hard questions now. I thought this was
Yeah.
going to be very lighthearted.
No, it's hard questions. It's next there will be an exam, so you need to. I'm kidding.
Oh, fuck.
There's no exam. No, there's
Sorry,
no exam.
swear.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. I'm kidding around. But like, let me just ask you. Like, okay, let me put it this way. Do you think that if somebody behaves unjustly, it's important that they change or that they don't longer behave unjustly?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is that? Is there a reason for that?
Because it's wrong, isn't it?
Yeah.
We all live by the same laws and rules. We should all follow them, yeah.
Yeah,
So
but what if this person lives outside of society, or I don't know, they're intellectually challenged, they did not realize that somebody's being unjust to them, or...
No idea. I'm fucking...
Do you think it's still wrong? Like, I'm just trying to understand how your morals stand.
Yeah.
Is, right? Do you think it's wrong for somebody to behave unjustly towards somebody else just because, let's say, they have power over them, or the other person doesn't realize that somebody's oppressing them or that they're being unjust towards them?
Yeah.
Is that fair? How do you feel?
Absolutely not, no.
Absolutely not,
I have...
right? Do you strive to be a fair person?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything in your life that you could think that you're doing unfair?
Oh, unfairly. Myself.
Yeah.
I forgot to vote the other day in Ireland.
That's bad.
It was
You should vote.
election day in Ireland, and I didn't go because my car was not great working, and it was raining and it was dark, so I didn't go vote.
That's okay.
I should have voted.
Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah.
But I think the right people got elected anyway, so they didn't need me.
Okay, but so the reason why I ask you why is it important to be fair towards somebody is because I think fairness means that if you're unfair towards somebody, it means they would feel the consequences of you being unfair towards them, right?
Yeah.
Whether they realize that you're being unfair toward them or not, it doesn't matter, but
Yeah.
the fact that they feel the consequences of that matters.
Yeah.
Right? So in that sense, do you think that we're being unfair or unjust towards the animals when we force them into slaughterhouses for us?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was vegetarian for years. God bless. I went back to eat meat now.
What happened?
Oh, I was.
And why were you
bad for my
vegetarian?
health? No, because I don't know. I didn't like meat, but I think I'm coming from Ireland anyway, so there's a massive. That's all we do. That's where we get all of our money is
Yeah, like
farming and slaughterhouses and everything. It's brutal, but
does that justify being unfair or unjust towards them, or brutal, as you said, violent towards
I
them?
suppose we need money though. Ireland, we're only a little island. We need money.
But
So-
can you think of a situation in the past when we were to make money from immoral actions?
No, I feel like Ireland's fairly
Let's-
oppressed.
let's-
I do have to go though because we have to go for lunch. But it's been real. Thank you for having
How many
me.
more animals do you want to be exploited for you?
Which?
How many more animals do you want to be exploited for you? How many more animals should feel the the consequences of you being unfair towards them by consuming animal products.
I'll be vegan from today.
Can I give you a resource just to look
No,
into
I'm
it?
okay. Thank
No?
you. Have a good day.
If you're not vegan, you will oppress animals.
Okay, bye.
I tried. Run away. Yeah. What the hell's happening here? In Denmark, we light candles, eat Christmas cookies, drink glug hot red wine, and raisins and almonds. That's cool. Because of December 1st. Karsten says, "Nice try." I don't know if that's a nice try or it's a nice try. I don't know in which sense you're saying it, Karsten. But hey, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, we're gonna try to get more people to think about it. Let's hope people won't run away this time. Yeah, Pia says she didn't give an F. Yeah, she did not. Yeah. You guys want to try a social experiment? Part of it is sitting around and waiting. There are animals in all kind of fruit. What? Can you? What? Navy SEAL 2K? There are animals in all kind of fruit? Do you mean worms? Fruit worms or something? What do you mean? Oh, Ben says don't ask them to give them a card. Just give them a card. That's a good point. Yeah, I should do that. Larvae. Okay. I don't think I eat fruit that has larvae, however you pronounce that. I don't think that you should ever eat fruit that has larvae or larvae in it. I think that's not good for you, first of all. And second, I'm not even sure if they are sentient, so there's also that. But either way, is that why you consume animal products? Because there's... Hey, you want to try a social experiment?
Okay.
You okay being live for my YouTube channel?
No.
Are you not okay for being live?
No. Yes. Okay. I thought that you were asking me if I know your YouTube channel.
Oh no, I was asking you, are you okay with being
No.
live
Yes.
on my
Any problem? Any
Oh,
problem.
okay. What's your name?
My name is Rafael, and yours?
Where are you from? I'm Chip,
I am from Spain.
from Spain. Nice to meet you, Rafael. So, how do you feel about oppression? Is it something you're for or against?
I am always against any kind of oppression.
Okay. Do you think that the powerful should have the right to oppress the powerless?
And what? Could you repeat the
Do
question?
you think that the powerful should have the right to oppress the powerless?
No, absolutely not.
Even if the powerful get some form of benefit from it?
No. It's a thing of justice that anyone can oppress anyone depending on their position. That is not valid.
Hey, it's not fair. Okay.
Yeah.
And what if the person being oppressed doesn't realize that they're oppressed?
What happened? That I think we need to find people that are not oppressed or that know that they are oppressed, and they talk to that person and help him to know what's the matter with that problem.
But do you think that the person doing the oppression is still in the wrong if the other person doesn't realize that they're oppressed?
Could you repeat it, please?
Yeah. So if person A is oppressing person B,
Yes.
and person B doesn't realize that they're oppressed, do you think what person A is doing is still wrong?
Yes. Obviously, yes.
Okay.
Because normally and the one who is oppressing knows perfectly the situation of the other person.
Exactly. So, do you think that we are oppressing animals when we force them into slaughterhouses?
And can you repeat the last part that I don't
Do
hear?
you think that we're forcing animals into? Do you think we're oppressing animals when we're forcing them into slaughterhouses for us?
To do what?
When we're forcing them into slaughterhouses for us, into when we're killing them, when we're exploiting them.
If we have a pet, for example. Well, I think that it depends on what treat do you have to your pet, because that always.
Not just pets, right? All animals like cows, chickens, pigs.
Well, I think that it always depends or if you are treat them well or not. I think that you are treat them in a right manner, in not oppression, because I think
So
that
killing them for something that is optional to you is not oppressive.
well, that is a fact that, for example, that I don't know so much, so I don't want to like in my opinion, because it, I don't know what's the matter about that.
So wait, what
I
is
ha-
it that you don't know?
That I don't have the knowledge for giving an opinion to that topic. So I think that my opinion it will not be valid.
Okay, let's put it this way. If I were to stick my hand up a woman's ass and then put semen in her vagina, would that be oppressive?
Well, if the girls,
No, she did not give consent.
no, oppression.
Oppressive,
obviously,
okay. If I do the same to an animal, to a cow, is that oppressive?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, this happens all across dairy farms and all across. If afterwards, if they get pregnant and when the babies are born, I kill one of their babies, is that oppressive?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that happens also in animal agriculture. It happens constantly, right? And if I bring somebody to life like a child, I have a child, and I raise them to be a slave, and then I kill them when
Oppression.
we can no longer. It's oppression, right?
Yes.
That's
Oh,
also what
yeah.
happens in animal agriculture, right? So would you say that anything we do in animal agriculture is oppressive?
Yes, I will think so.
Yeah. Is there anything holding you back from not supporting animal agriculture so that you can say that you are against oppression?
I am not really in the matter of that because, as I tell you before, I don't have knowledge about those topics.
Okay, but you just said that it's oppression right
Yes.
now, right?
I would like to inform about that kind of action that helps animals.
Yeah. So do you think that you can stop buying animal products so that you can help animals
Yes,
and not
absolutely.
oppress them?
Yes.
Is there anything holding you back from that?
No.
Do you know what being vegan means?
Yes.
What is it?
Not eating any product that comes from an animal.
So being vegan is not a diet. It's a
Yeah.
moral stance
Yes.
where we say animals should not be exploited for us because they deserve, just like we do, deserve some form of body autonomy, some form of freedom, right? They're sentient just like us, we are. Is that something that you align with, that animals should not be exploited?
Yes, I am aligned with that.
So then you align theoretically with the definition of veganism, you just have to follow your actions
Yes.
with that. Yeah. So do you feel like you want to, do you see yourself as going vegan?
Well, now, because I am not independent, because I live with my parents, so I think that it's a difficult thing.
I understand that.
Maybe in the future, yes.
But do you
now,
think that, like, say, if your parents were to kill a dog and put their flesh on the table and eat, would you eat that?
no.
So you see, so you can say no to what parents eat.
Yes.
It's not that your parents decide
But as I tell you, it's difficult because I cannot, with that things, I can do some action, but I think in a slowly way.
for you. I mean,
So I think in
obviously,
the
slow
future,
is better
yes.
than nothing, right? Slow is better than nothing. But just keep in mind that while you're doing it slowly, animals are still exploited for you. Right? If you were in their position, how many more animals do you want to be exploited for you?
Well, sorry, but if you might, I need to go because that.
Can I give you? Well, let me just give you a card before you go, okay?
Okay, fine.
But please stop exploiting animals, okay? Go on this website, type in this code, and watch the most important speech you'll ever hear.
Okay.
You gonna promise me you watch that?
Yes. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Yeah, have a good one.
Bye.
A lot of adult men live with their parents these days. No judgment, just weird, says Davey. Hey, Davey. Yeah. It makes our activism a little bit more difficult, doesn't it? Because they have somebody to blame. That's the whole thing, huh? that they blame somebody for it. Would you like to try a social experiment? Hey Chip, you were about to ask, but instead you just gave him the card. Yeah, exactly. I tried to correct myself. That's there's always that. Hey, Mr. Manx, Man K. Is it Manx or Man KX? I never know how to pronounce your name exactly. Yeah, I'm out here again, trying to inform people, trying to get a little bit more people to think a little bit about their choice. You want to try a social experiment?
I'm also like creating the videos.
Sure.
Shall I give my mic to you?
You can do that, sure. Are you okay with being live on my YouTube channel?
You should. No worries.
Okay.
Let me just give you one mic. Let me just get ready first of all. My stuff. Allow me.
Yeah, no worries. It's like Man X, but some say KX. Both works, I guess. Okay, nice. In Spain, the kids do live with their parents much longer than in Northern Europe. Interesting. I mean, I don't know. I left my household at 18, so when I went to college, what supplements you take? Yeah, sure. Let me.
Like, which one is your YouTube channel name?
I'll share with you afterwards.
Okay.
That's
and,
okay.
What is the purpose for this one?
You'll see. You'll understand what the social experiment is.
Experiment. Okay. Hi guys. So just I came from Malaysia and here I can see one of the books, like one of the you can tell about yourself.
Yeah, hi, I'm Chip. We're doing a social experiment in Amsterdam. We're trying to get people to think a little bit.
I will show you more. You can say about yourself.
Nice, okay. So, let me turn this around so that you... Okay, so how do you feel? Do you know anything about oppression? What's your take on oppression?
I didn't have like any experience about this one.
No, but do you know what it is, for example?
No, I didn't have much idea about this one.
So, okay, let me ask you this. Do you think it's important that we behave justly towards everybody?
Yeah, we should have to like behave because we are human. We have to talk nicely. We should be humble for each and everyone. I can say like we should be humble for the pet and we should be humble for the human because everyone have a life, their personal life.
Okay. And what if when you behave unjustly towards somebody, they don't realize that you're behaving unjustly towards them? Does that mean you can behave unjustly towards them, or should you continue to be a fair person, a just person?
It's like people have their different types of the people, so we can see like how they are doing and how they are think about ourselves. So yeah. Like it depends on the people. We can't say like, but at least like we should have to follow our attitude and gratitude where we from, and always we should have like bottom of the heart. Because I'm from India, so I learned from the India like everyone should be in the. I can say. In India, we should have to respect first of all the people, and then we should be like kind and nice to each and everyone for
Okay.
the world. Yeah.
What about animals? Should we be nice to animals?
Yeah, I really appreciate because I am from India, and I'm basically from like here I'm doing the job in the Rabobank as a like a cloud engineer, DevOps engineer, software engineer. I'm from basically, so my route is like I was farming, so we have to farm like agricultures, and we should be like meet with our animals, and we have like lots of animal in our house like a cow and buffaloes, and I can say so many things. Yeah.
Do you think that when farming animals, are we being fair towards animals, or are we being nice to them when we're farming
No,
them?
we should be nice to them.
But do you think we're being nice to them when we are farming them? Because the farming inherently involves some form of exploitation, right?
Exploitation, like we are getting the milk from there.
And when they can no longer give milk,
We should be like in India. We should think like it's not like a Europe, so or any other world. So we should take appointment to meet our parents. So like in India, we should be like I can say Let me put it here so it should be. It's not getting properly. Shall I put it here or not? Okay, can you see it's like it's
Yeah, I
recording or
can
not?
see it. Yeah.
Can you go down and if you can see like it's recording or not?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's recording. It's recording, but it's only your feet.
Oh my god. Yours only. It should take. Yeah.
So, do you think that when we farm animals, even in India, do you think there's some form of exploitation that these animals endure and that is unfair towards them?
No, so like I just said to you like it's not like out of India like you can see we have to meet our parents to need to take appointment, but in India like we are treating each and everyone is like a family. So even I had like in my family suppose like I had like a cow, so we treat as like mother. So if she is doing the milk like we are getting milk from almost like a 5 year, and afterwards we are not getting, so we are not just go throw away. We have to be like keep it our house, and we just like give respect as our like family. So
What happens to the baby cows?
baby cows we use, yeah, and
What do you mean you use?
we use like just treat as a children, and afterward it will be grow, and they will be like their family like will grow and will.
So every year you have to impregnate a cow
Mhm.
in order to produce milk every year, right?
Yes, we produce
So that
milk.
means you have how many cows?
Currently like we have like 20s in our house.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have 20 cows in your
Yes,
house.
yes,
Okay.
we have.
And you don't kill them at all.
No. We are not. We don't want to kill, and we appreciate people to just keep it our house. And even like we have like in our India very good culture. So we can say like it's goshala. It's like they have like a community to handle all over the cow. Yeah.
Do you think that? So you said you treat them like family. Is there anybody else in your family that you exploit?
No one can exploit because my parents like just give us like I can say like attention, and they just give us like humbleness to like treat and each and everyone is in a good way. Yeah.
Okay. So then let me ask you this: is that the only place where you get animal products from, your house, or is there anywhere
No,
else?
in India, like normally, like a family, they have like family. They in agricultures and villages, they people like used to have their
Not all
farming.
families do that, by the way, right? Let's say if you say you don't.
Others also like just use.
Well, some family. Well, first of all, I think it's wrong to use people, so I would say it's wrong to use animals also, right? Because they can't consent to being used. But let's say you find a way where you're kind of keeping them in your house as pets or whatever, and you have this symbiotic relationship with them. But you have that in your house. Wherever else you go, that would not be. That it is a high chance that will not be the
Like
case.
it depends on the people. I can say like suppose suppose I'm doing job at here. So
Yeah.
some people have like 5 people. So almost like 3-4 people is doing the job. So they didn't have, but like almost people like here in Europe you can see almost family they use like dog and a cat like for like
Yeah, I see, like you mean like pets,
yeah,
yeah.
as a family.
But
So
here, do you eat any animal products here in Europe?
no, no.
No?
I'm a vegetarian, so I want to like.
So you eat eggs?
No.
Do you eat paneer?
No, only I just like a
Cheese.
paneer and a cheese, and I eat like.
So you eat animal products here?
No, animal products, but we are drinking the milk.
Yeah. So, but this milk is
Like-
not from your house.
No,
It's
no,
got from
yeah,
exploited cows,
yes,
where when
exploited
they
cow.
no longer produce milk, they get killed, where their babies get killed.
Yeah, but it's like I can say like it's depends on the like, people. I just say.
All farms in Europe do this. Like maybe
it's
if you
very
find
bad.
one in 100,000, maybe, but I don't even think that's the case. So all the farms in Europe do this thing where they exploit animals. They force cows into slaughterhouses when they no longer produce milk or when they.
I'm not going to appreciate this thing, and I will request to people like this kind of the thing you will see just like said to people don't to do, and just stop
But you
it.
can have the choice to not support it by not buying any animal products,
Yeah,
including.
I will. I will. I will. I
You
will.
will?
Yes.
Okay, I
Yes. Yeah.
appreciate that. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. So do you know what being vegan means, by the way?
I'm just pure vegetarian.
But do you know what being vegan means?
Not.
So being vegan means it's not a diet, right? It's not about the food. It's about animals. Us leaving them alone, respecting animals, saying they shouldn't be exploited for us because we wouldn't exploit humans, right? In the same
Okay.
sense, and they deserve to not be exploited, just like you deserve to not be exploited,
Yeah.
just like I
Yeah.
deserve to not
Got
be
it. Got
exploited,
it.
right?
Got it.
So
Got
just
it.
because we have power over them doesn't mean we can do this to
Okay.
them.
Yeah. Sure.
Do you think you align with this definition?
Yeah, definitely 100% I will be, and
Yeah.
I will request and I will appreciate the people who should do this one, and I
Yeah.
will spread this kind of a good thing with the people.
I
Yeah,
appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Can I let me give you a card just before to end this thing. There's an interesting thing here.
Okay.
If you go on this website and type in this code,
Uh-huh.
there's a documentary there called Dominion.
Okay.
You might find it. I think there's a specific side of it about India. There's a part of it about India. It's a documentary. Hello. So it's a documentary called Dominion, and in it there's a specific part that is specifically about India, and I think you might find it interesting because a lot of people don't know about a lot of the stuff that happens to animals, including in India. And a lot of the times there's this false belief that all Indians treat animals nicely, but maybe in your family that's the case, but in a lot of the cases it's not the case.
Yeah. Thank you.
And it's not just about treatment again, it's about the exploitation, abuse, and slaughter. Let me give you your microphone back. Thank you for having this conversation with me.
Thank you
You're gonna
so
promise me you're gonna watch that?
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
Okay, I appreciate you. Have a good day, okay? Yeah, what you do with the cows if they don't eat them or bury them? Well, he said he has like 20 cows in his house, so I can imagine that they don't do. He said he keeps them as pets. I don't agree with it, but that's so difficult to get people to see this idea of not using animals and not. I mean, I tried explaining it to him, but whatever, you know. I just want him at least to stop here. That's why I said that. So. Oh, that's Marco. I know there's an Indian documentary called Mako Doth. Oh, I wish I can remember that. I should write it down somewhere. I was gonna pick up my phone and put it on my phone, but my phone is there. But yeah, that's a very good one, Mako Doth. That's a. See if I can remember it somehow. Mako Doth. Okay, I'll see if I can remember it. But that's. Thank you for the recommendation. Macadu. You guys want to try a social experiment?
We are just running out of time, but we were thinking about it. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, I didn't want to go down that track a lot of times about what happens to to his animals. You know, I'm like, I get this. When I talk to some Indian people, they can justify it so much and they can never see anything wrong with it. That's the problem, right? And I don't want to go down the track where I try to explain that something that his family or his is doing is, I don't know, wrong, because like literally he says that he treats them like family, right? That's what he said. So
He likes to be on the camera.
hey,
Hi.
hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Safa.
You're king on my YouTube channel.
Hi.
Safa. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this around and you tell me what you think. It says animal abuse should be legal.
Animal abuse should be legal? Why should be legal?
Why not?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm literally asking you, why should it not be legal?
Because for me, they're like human being. They have
Okay.
like spirit. They can understand feelings, emotions.
Okay, I appreciate that. Okay, how would you define abuse then?
How should I what?
How do you define abuse?
How do I define abuse? It can be physical abuse, but it
Yeah.
also can be like mental abuse. It really depends.
Yeah.
It really depends. It can define by anything.
Okay. Physical abuse, mental abuse, you
Yeah.
said. Yeah, I agree with you. Do you think that if we get some form of benefit from the abuse, does that make it okay? Should we be allowed to abuse them, to abuse animals?
For me, there any benefit to abuse anything. Could be a human, could be animals, could be even like a plant, even a tree.
Yeah.
Like it's something that becomes to earth, and I think it's important for us to, to just like respect it, you know.
And what would you say about a person that supports animal abuse? What would you say about them?
Firstly, I will be shocked.
Okay.
And secondly, I will just like understand why this patient thinks like that. It's probably sick. I don't know. They probably have mental health.
Okay.
Because it's for me, it's just impossible to like support something that is not support.
Okay, and here's the kicker. Do you think that when we buy animal products, like dairy, like milk, like cheese, like eggs,
Yeah.
like meat, do you think there's some inherent abuse happening for
Yeah, I
animals?
think everyone knows that you have some abuse, animal abuse. I mean, in every product that we buy.
Okay, and do you consume any animal products?
Yeah. That's so fucking sad. I know, but
So,
it's,
so
it's
you see
true.
my point here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said, when I ask you what would you say about a person who supports animal abuse, you said
I'll
they're
be like,
saying-
it's so sad.
Yeah.
I know, it's sad.
So
But I'm like trying to eat like less
okay.
meal, to eat like less eggs, etc. But it's very complicated because we live like in a society where everything is like imported, and like everything is just met with meat and with eggs and with animals in general. But I know that we have
But
some alternative.
There's plenty
Of
of
course, yeah,
alternatives, right?
There is, yeah.
So are you trying not to eat dogs?
No, I mean,
So then, why is it that you're trying not to eat cows or chickens or pigs?
I don't know.
Right?
I
You
have
see
no
what I
answer
mean? Like,
to this.
what is?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the times we don't realize that it's a little bit of. We've been taught that it's okay to do this to animals. But do you think these animals are resources, or do you think they're individuals who?
I think they're individuals, and we live on Earth, and we have so many resources that we can literally like take from, and we can feed ourselves with it. So yeah, I agree with you. I agree with your point, and I know that I'm personally like I'm trying to.
Yeah.
But I know it's not a general thing, and it's probably should be a general thing.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody should be doing it,
Yeah,
right? Because
I agree.
I think like 98% of the people support this form of animal abuse, this form of animal exploitation. Do you know anything, for example, about the dairy industry, just to put things into perspective?
No, not
So
at all.
why do you think cows produce milk?
Why I think what?
Cows produce milk.
I will say it's their genetics, probably.
I mean, they're mammals,
Yeah,
right?
they're- yeah,
mammals, they're
they're
like you and me.
mammals,
So
yeah.
they produce milk when they have a baby.
Yeah, true.
So they don't decide on their own when they want to have a baby, but rather the farmers decide for them. They literally forcefully impregnate them. The procedure goes like somebody puts their hands in their anus,
Yeah,
hold
and
their
they-
cervix, and injects blue semen in their vagina. Have you heard about
Yeah,
this?
yeah, I heard about it. I saw some videos and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's just like a horrible thing. So yeah,
Okay. And when the babies are born, what do you think happens to them?
they directly being probably forced to do the same because it's like a cycle. I think so.
So
Yeah.
the first thing that happens is they get separated from their mother because they would drink their milk, and the
Okay.
milk has to go for sale for humans.
Yeah.
So that's already, I think, messed up if you ask me. Aside from how would you like before we go to that, like how would you call this forceful impregnation? Would you call it, if that happened to a human being, how would you call it?
Slavery.
Slavery. That's a good one. I wouldn't
Yeah.
call it rape, but slavery is also
Yeah,
a very good
slavery,
one.
rape, yeah.
Okay, appreciate that. Okay. And then, so after 9 months, when the babies are born, they're separated from their mothers. And if the baby is born a male, they don't produce milk. What do you think happens to them?
They kill them.
Exactly. And the females, as you said, year over year, forceful impregnation for 6 to 8 years, after which the farmer can no longer impregnate them with ease. They don't get pregnant for a year, and then for them it's too much, like it costs too much to keep them alive for another year. So then they just kill them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes, and they can live up to 25 years, so they don't live even half their life. It's
Yeah.
a miserable life. Do you think this is something that you want to continue supporting?
No.
No?
I mean, I don't know. I
No.
mean, probably not. But I know that I'm doing some effort, and I know that I'm really trying to.
Yeah.
And I have I have a lot of members of my family that didn't eat like meat
Yeah.
at all. So yeah, I'm trying to follow their path, and I feel like people in general like should be doing this, just like to help.
If you were in the shoes of the animal, would you want somebody to say I'm trying, or would you want somebody to say stop?
I will stop and start.
Yeah. So, do you know what being vegan is?
Yeah, I know. I have some of my friends that are vegan, like they're not.
Can you tell me in your own words what it means
Then
to you?
they didn't eat milk. Everything that is produces from an animal.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be milk, eggs, cheese, also, etc.
Yeah. So, but being vegan, just to be clear, is not a diet.
Yeah.
It's a moral principle where we say we reject the idea that animals should be exploited for
Yeah,
us.
exactly.
It sounds to me like you align with this definition. It's just your actions that are
Yeah,
a little bit more
but I need to.
difficult.
I truly need to start it because
Yeah.
I'm trying, but it's not enough,
Yeah.
and I know that, and I hope that people know that we need.
I
all to
appreciate you
start.
trying, by the way. That's a great thing, right? So let's talk practicability. Where do you find difficulty in your trying?
Just about like our society, how it's be. Like if you go to your shop and I probably need to start to think and to explore new place to eat because I know some vegan places exist.
Yeah.
Some shops also you can buy vegans and eat vegans.
Do you live
so-
here?
No,
Oh, where
I
do you
live in
live?
France.
Oh, you live in
So
France.
we have a lot of.
Yeah, you have a lot of options
I mean, in
also there,
Paris
yeah.
you have a lot of options. So I know that I can do it. I just need to be like.
So if
you
I
know.
can give you some quick options, like so for the beginning, that's kind of what helped me out.
Yeah.
Was take the animal products that you normally do and replace them with the plant-based alternatives of them,
Okay.
right? Like
Yeah.
for example, with yogurt, you replaced it with soy yogurt. I think you have Alpro also in France, and it's absolutely a great option.
Okay,
if
cool.
you meat, if you can get plant-based meat or you can get tofu, whatever works for you. But I think that's the first step where until you realize kind of where to go to, that's so easy. Because if I want to ask you, how many more animals do you want to be exploited for you before you make this change?
Zero.
Zero, right? So that means you have to go vegan right now, because when you go out there and you will buy an animal product, an animal will be exploited for you. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
So I'll give you some resources to help you out with that. But do you have any questions for me? I'm vegan. I have no problems with it.
No, I have nothing. But I think what you're doing is very cool.
Yeah.
I was not like when I come here, I didn't know what kind
Yeah,
of social experiment
okay.
was it. But I think it's important to have some people that give us this electroshock.
Yeah.
Because now I speak to you and I'm like, yeah, I truly need to do it. Like it was some time that I was thinking about it, but I really like appreciate this moment. So
Yeah,
thank you so much.
I appreciate
for
you saying that. Like, it's very important because animal agriculture they hide this thing from us.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
When you go into a supermarket, it's
You
so
didn't
easy
know?
to dissociate and be like, you don't realize you're grabbing a product that an
Because
animal.
you didn't see how.
Exactly. So I would say, like for a month, it takes a while, like an adjustment period until you find the products that work. But afterwards, let me tell you, even if you have difficulty for a month, after a month, it's easy peasy. It's the
Yeah.
same thing. You go to a supermarket, you pick up different products. You go to a restaurant, you kind of know which
Yeah.
restaurants go. In Paris, there's a ton of
Yeah, there's
restaurants.
ton of us. Yeah, I agree totally.
Okay, I
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much for
Let me
that.
give you a card.
Yeah, thank you.
What might help you out is this. Oh, sorry.
No,
There's two of them.
take your time. It's called clock.
Oh, did it?
It was like low battery, but you're fine.
Oh, damn. Okay, I need to check that. Okay, so there's a Challenge 22.
Okay.
They hook you up with a nutritionist.
Okay.
They send you recipes every day. It's all free. That sounds like kind of like also what you need.
Okay. Thank you so much
Okay.
for that. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. What was your name again?
Safa.
Safa.
Yeah.
I'm Chip. Nice to meet you, Safa.
Nice to meet you again. Have a
Um,
good one.
Please.
I will probably. I
Okay.
will. Guys, it's so important. Follow it.
Thank you so much,
you.
Safa. So I think everybody, we're having a little bit of difficulty because the phone is not charging. I hope you can hear me all right. Okay, it is charging now. All good. Yeah, so when there's strong winds, I guess the dam. Hey Linda, nice to see you. So this girl, I don't know if you guys, I hope you guys heard this conversation because this girl was an extremely compassionate person. This is how this is how conversation should go like. How this girl was like. This is the type of conversations we need to have. These people who go like, you know what, you're right. I need to change. I don't want any more animals. I'm having a little bit of difficulty, but you're right, I can change. That's literally what it was. We talked a little bit about practicability, but hey, vegan animal defender, it's not about the how, it's about the fact that they're being exploited. That's what I discussed. I don't know what you mean. So I really appreciate conversations like that. I thought you said your name was Chip. My name is Chip, yeah. It's just spelled differently, but it's pronounced Chip, like you wrote it down. Yeah. Dirk says, no milk, no yogurt, no nasty cheese. No, none of that. And by the way, everyone, thank you for joining. People in Paris are not as open-minded as in Amsterdam, Berlin, or London, says Ben. Maybe, Ben, but this girl was quite open-minded. I rarely see that kind, right? So I was not expecting that she was so open-minded to the idea. I was not expecting. I don't know. It's, and that's, I think that's part of it. It's that's why we need to go out there and speak. Like right. That's the reality. You speak to more people. Every person gets pushed a little bit closer, and then this one person at some point gets to a point where they just need this one single push. And I don't know if this was her one single push. I definitely hope so. But yeah, Coda, shout out please. What, should I just say Coda then? Hey, welcome to the stream, Coda. Yeah, that's what we want. We want more people like that. Chip planting seeds wherever he goes. Yeah, Jackie, I think that's our role. I think we need to understand that that's our main role. It's planting seeds. It's making people understand what being vegan is, right? Every conversation I had today, I tried to introduce what being vegan is, and I tried to also explain and plant seeds. And regardless if I started with abuse, regardless if I started with oppression, regardless if I started with justice, regardless of what I started with, I tried going in that direction. And I think that's what's important, right? Because that's what we've been fighting with in the movement all day, all week. I can sleep after talking to my cognitive dissonance. All cred to you, Chip. I can't sleep after talking too much cognitive dissonance. I see what you mean. Reagan Aspire Outreach. Do you acknowledge that each animal is the subject of their own life? Acknowledge that each animal is the subject. That's a very good one, Vegan Animal Defender. I like that. Do you acknowledge that every animal is the subject of their own life? I hope I remember it. It's a good one. You guys want to try a social experiment? Morejoy says there's no perfect way to do it. No. You know why there is no perfect way to do it? Because every person is different. Every person reacts to different words differently. Every person has a different understanding, of a different way of imagining, a different view of the world, a different view of animals. Every person is just different. That's the reality. So we can't expect one methodology to work for everybody. We can expect that there will be commonalities, but yeah. That's basically all we can. Hey, you want to try a social experiment?
Yes, I want.
Are you okay being live from my YouTube channel?
I don't like it, but it's okay.
You can be off camera if you want.
Okay.
What's your name, by the way?
Menno,
Menno, where are you from?
from the Netherlands.
Oh,
Hi.
nice. I'm Chip. I'm from Romania, but I live here.
Okay.
Okay, so how do you feel? What's your take on oppression?
On oppression.
Yeah.
Well, oppression like.
Like in general, let's say, do you think that the powerful should have the right to oppress the powerless?
No.
No. What if the powerful get some form of benefit from it?
Gets.
Like they benefit from oppressing the powerless?
Yeah.
Is
That's
it
a bad thing.
it's still wrong? Okay.
Yeah.
And what if the powerless don't realize that they're oppressed?
That's a bad thing too.
That's a bad thing. Okay. Okay. Do you think that within us consuming animal products, we're oppressing animals, like by forcing them into slaughterhouses and
Yes,
stuff like
I
that?
think so. Yeah.
Okay. So if you say you're against oppression, do you think you can be against it while simultaneously consuming animal products?
I find that very hard inner conflict. Yes.
Yeah.
But I understand where you come from.
Yeah.
I just eat beef. I normally am a vegetarian,
Yeah.
but when I go to a restaurant, I do eat beef, and I don't feel so good at it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So why is it that you said you're normally a vegetarian? Why is that? And also did you just eat like the flesh of a cow?
Yeah. I really like meat,
Yeah.
and I'm weak sometimes.
Yeah.
So sometimes my principles lose it from my own animal, me being an animal too.
Yeah.
So that's why. But normally my principles win, but sometimes they lose. Yeah.
Do you think that it's important that we don't see these animals as resources? Like, for example, do you think
Absolutely.
you would be missing out if you weren't to be eating dogs or cats? Do you feel like missing out by not eating them?
No, I think I will live. Yeah.
Yeah. So then it seems like with cows it's a little bit of different
No,
because
no, I understand where you come from.
you
I totally
understand where
agree.
it comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know what being vegan means?
Yeah.
Can you tell me your definition on your words what it means?
I would say that I don't use products like clothes or indirect, like in beer or something that comes from animals.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the reason why we do that, and that's the definition of veganism, is the reason for it. It's not necessarily the consequence of it. It's the fact that animals are exploited
Yeah.
in all those
Yeah,
procedures, right?
I agree.
Yeah, so they're oppressed, they're exploited, and you say you're against that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so it sounds to me like you align with the definition of veganism. It's just that your actions need to also align with your own morals. Is there anything holding you back?
I think I must say that I'm rather okay with how I'm doing. So I think 90% of what I'm doing is according to my principles.
But do you think that 10% that to those, that 10% to the cow that goes into a slaughterhouse for you, do you think it matters that you're 90%?
I think
okay?
it matters because if not, 10 cows will be killed. But I agree.
So
It
if I
should not be.
randomly kill one person out of 1,000 people and I choose to kill you, do you think do you care that I only kill you and not others? I already
well,
only care that I kill you, right?
No, well, yeah. Well, I would like that you don't kill the other
Exactly.
99.
No, of course,
But I don't like you kill me. No,
yeah,
no.
because that's
so
the
for
idea.
me it doesn't make
exactly.
any difference. No.
Do you think like for those animals, because I bring it back to them, because if we think from their perspective,
Yeah.
when they're going to a slaughterhouse for us, they don't really care that one person chose
I
to
agree.
eat
Yeah.
1 out of 1,000
Yeah.
times or
Yeah.
10 times per day, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you think that you could make this change, especially given that you said that 90% you follow through? It just seems like that 10% would be a little bit easier for you to make a change.
Well, I am now.
And by the way, I appreciate that you're already doing that 9%. That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
It's just I feel like when we speak about the animals, we need to understand that. I don't know, like people who let's say who kill people, they kill 1% of people.
I
or
think it's a
1% of
fair
people. Yeah.
equation.
Yeah.
We make cows more distinct than people, but we can say it's the same.
Yeah,
So
because
I
we can
agree.
put different value on animals.
Yeah.
We can put different values on cows,
Yeah.
but that doesn't really matter what value we put on them. What matters
It's
is
their
that-
lives.
Yeah,
and
it's
our
their
lives.
life.
Yeah,
exactly.
I totally agree.
Exactly.
I totally
exactly.
agree. So so this kinds of conversations help.
Yeah.
And reading stuff and watching animals and talking with my friends and
Yeah.
others about this is helping.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, because that's the biggest problem in this world is that we're it disconnects us from what happens to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy to go into a restaurant, as you said, and buy like a steak or whatever it is that we buy.
Yeah.
But we don't see the horrors that these animals suffer
Yeah,
behind it.
yeah.
We just see what we benefit from it.
But I like your tone.
Yeah.
Some maybe it's wrong or not. I don't
Yeah.
know your opinion, but you're probably a lot of people would say you're an activist.
Yeah.
And that would be okay.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time I'm a psychotherapist, so
Yeah.
I work a lot with activists too.
Yeah.
And sometimes I can feel their anger, and it's hard to talk with some activists, and
It
then
is.
you lose that it's not helping. And I like your tone.
Thank you. I mean, you can't blame them really, right? Because
No.
the thing
Yeah,
is,
I think I can. I think you can.
The thing is, I can
No,
tell you that when we
yeah.
see this footage and we see animals being this way, and like you seem like an open-minded person, but keep in mind that when we speak to people, there's some people who
Absolutely.
come
No.
and they say like, I don't give a fuck about animals. They're resources to me. Like literally, somebody posted a comment for me saying that they're resources. That to them they don't matter. Only individuals and animals that he wants matters to them.
No, so
And
I
I'm
totally,
like,
I totally.
you see what I mean?
So
Like, it's
I really
frustrating.
understand. Yeah, and I understand. But
Yeah.
the same thing that you say to me,
Yeah.
that I should work on my 10%. I
Yeah.
think some activists need to work about that
And
tone
you're
because it's not
completely right.
helping. And I
Yeah.
think some activists are reenact their own dramas with their parents or stuff.
Yeah.
And that doesn't help. So
No.
I really appreciate your tone. So these kinds of discussions help me.
Yeah.
And if
appreciate
not,
that.
if you would be too forced, it maybe. So I share your opinion.
Yeah.
Maybe then I would run away, and
Yeah.
it wouldn't help.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying that. And I guess the only way to know that me doing it this way is if you actually make a change, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah,
otherwise,
yeah,
me doing
yeah,
it this
yeah.
way
No,
might
this helps. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So Thank you. Do you have any questions for me? I'm vegan, by the way, and I don't have any, especially here in the Netherlands. I feel like it's so easy to be vegan. There's so many plant-based options, and if you like steak, I think there's a couple of restaurants in Amsterdam that serve like vegan steak. They're
Yeah,
plant-based steak.
yeah.
They're actually quite similar in taste. You just maybe you give up a little bit of that taste, and I wouldn't even call it give it up. It's just like different. That's it.
No,
And after a while, you get used to it, and then you no
Yeah,
longer
yeah.
feel like the need for that.
Okay.
Right?
No, if I have questions for you, are you a little bit hopeful? What is it if you talk with people? What is?
I'm hopeful. You know, I was in the US for a month, and I talked to people there, and I was then in Canada for a little bit, and I talked to some people
in
there.
Calgary.
No, I actually was in Toronto.
Okay.
And I talked to some people here also, and I thought that things are a little bit different, but it's kind of the same everywhere. It is. It feels like in Europe, people giving up meat is a little bit easier because people just don't have that big of a relationship to meat as compared to North America. Like North America, like Canada as well as US, meat is a big deal here.
Yeah.
I think here the biggest deal is cheese, but
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
behind cheese, there's the same amount of abuse. There's the same amount. For example, do you know what happens to dairy cows in the dairy industry? Do you know anything about that?
Yeah. I don't know what you want to say about it.
Like so cows are forcefully impregnated to have babies, right? Because they only
Yeah.
produce milk when they have babies.
Yeah.
And when the babies are born, they get separated from their mothers.
Yeah. Immediately.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if the baby's male, they get killed. And
Yeah.
if the baby's female, the same fate as their mother, for year-over-year forceful impregnation. And after 6 to 8 years, the farmer cannot impregnate them with ease because, we call them spent. Like, it's so insane that we call these creatures spent. It's so disrespectful. And they can live up to 25 years, and after 6 years, when they can no longer get pregnant with ease, they kill them because they usually try to impregnate them during their mating season, and of course that means they would have to wait another year or a couple of months, and it would be too costly for them to keep them alive that long because they have to feed them.
Yeah.
So they kill them. We literally treat them like objects. That's all it is.
Absolutely.
Right?
It's terrible. Yeah.
It's
I wanted
terrible.
to be a farmer.
Yeah.
And I did not want to become a farmer because this kind of things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is the kind of stuff that we need to know about because that's what I want to do to people, to inform them more about it, because it's so out of sight, out of mind, but that doesn't mean it doesn't happen, right?
And the discussion is full on with me, with my partner, with my kids. So it's on in my.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Let me give you a card, and I appreciate you stopping by and having this conversation with me.
Yeah.
If there's a nice video that you want to watch with your family, by the way, 3 movies, if you go on this website, type in this code or scan this, you have to set it to English because in Dutch it won't be there. There's a movie there called The Most Important Speech You'll Ever Hear. It's a very nice speech. It's also kid safe. From time to time, it shows like a little bit of
They are
blood.
17 and 20, so it's.
But okay, that's all good.
Yeah.
But it's like a person, just like we spoke right now, holding a speech in front of us students, and talking about what we just discussed now, and being like fully honest with everybody, fully transparent. And it's such a good speech. So many people enjoy it, and not everybody has turned vegan afterwards, but a lot of people have enjoyed it.
Great. You have a very good tone.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, how many more animals do you want to be exploited for you before you make this change? This is the difficult question.
Oh, this was a difficult question. Can I run away? Yeah. No. Well. Yeah. Yeah. I'm afraid quite a lot, but I should not make. Yeah. I should be aware
Take it
of
day
that.
by day. Take it day by day.
Yeah.
Don't think about it that how many like what will happen tomorrow or whatever. Take it day by day, and at some point you'll see you won't miss it anymore.
Yeah.
Just take it today I want, and at some point you'll see you just won't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Okay? I appreciate you having
Okay,
this
hey.
conversation with me.
Thank you.
Have a good
Good
one.
luck. You too.
Bye. I think Chip felt more inclined to talk after he said he was a therapist. I don't know. He was nice, I feel as you heard at the end, he doesn't know, and I felt like when I said that, and this is what my point was also throughout that whole week of And by the way, everybody, welcome to the stream. If you aren't aware that in the vegan community, there's obviously disagreements on how we should be approaching people, what we should be saying, like in every community after all, right? So that's in a sense the normality of the vegan community also. We are very united for the cause, but sometimes we also disagree on a lot of things, not a lot, just some things, you know? So what I wanted to say is that this is kind of, there was this one week where we all disagreed on this massive thing on how to approach people, and that's also kind of what happened right now at the end was kind of my point throughout that whole week, you know? When I asked this person like how many more animals you saw, he was like, he instantly went like, oh, there's gonna be some more, I don't want to, but like that's the thing, right? That's it felt to me like he instantly got this idea of what do you call it, a fear of commitment a little bit, you know, because he said he just ate some beef or whatever when he came back, and I just wanted, that's why I said, you know what, take it day by day, because he obviously agreed with the definition. He obviously agreed with the morality of it. He said it's horrible. He said he agreed. He said he didn't want to be a farmer because of it, right? It's just sometimes, you know, the practicability of it is a real problem to some. It's a real problem that they've been brought up in this world where they do things one way their whole life. We got to acknowledge that, and we got to work with that. And that's kind of what I tried to do at the end. And I hope you understand what I meant by that. Yeah. Would we say we're giving something up if we're using humans as products and then rejected this view after realizing humans are not products? Hey Maria, vegan for 10 years here. Nice to see you here. That's impressive. Congratulations. That's very, very good. Jackie says he'll get there. I believe so, Jackie. I actually do believe that this person will be vegan, yeah. I don't know if right now, but I think he'll be there, yeah. Thank you everybody who's joining. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Just, you know, I appreciate it. I go home, I put on a warm tea because it's cold as fuck. Sorry for the language. And I look at the numbers and I'm like, hey, look at that. It grew by a little bit, and I feel a little bit better about myself. Not that it matters, you know, because the reality is I'm here to speak up for the animals. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of incentive there, right? And that's what I want also for everybody who's watching to understand, that if you want to go out there and speak up for animals, you see everybody's being nice about it. You see everybody talks nicely, and rarely there's going to be some dickish people. You're just going to have nice conversations. You're going to be out there speaking to people, and you know, you're going to be planting seeds. And at the end of the day, that's what we want. That's what we need. Do you recognize the non-human person within a fellow animal? Says vegan animal defender. Vegan animal defender, I appreciate you saying all this, by the way, but I would rather, if you can, and I would appreciate it even more if you wrote them down and put them in the comment section after this ends or something, because otherwise, if you just put them here, I'm in kind of in a mind space right now where I'm focusing on a lot more things, and if you just put them here, I might forget about them, and I don't want to, because you're making great points there. I think everyone needs a push to go vegan, but it starts here. Thank you. Samarth. I haven't heard of LabCorp. What's that? I have no clue what LabCorp is. Maria, my channel name is Vegan Power Lab. By the way, the name of why my channel is Vegan Power Lab. Sam Smith, oh my God. Thank you so much for the donation, Sam Smith. That's amazing. Let me see if I can like it. I don't know how to like it, but I appreciate you for the... Oh, there you go. I liked it. Thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate you. What time is it, and what is the temperature? It is 2:25. The temperature says outside they say it's 6 degrees, but there's a strong wind, and it kind of feels like 2 degrees if you ask me. Sam, thank you so much for donating. I appreciate you. That helps me also to go. I really appreciate that. John, you can donate here. By the way, everybody, please don't feel obliged to donate. This is not why we do here what we do here. If you're vegan and you see non-vegans in the chat, be nice. Let's try to get people to understand, to love this community. We also want to form a community and love this community. Yeah, I forgot, Maria, you were asking me about the vegan power lab. So I'm from Amsterdam. Well, I'm from Romania, but I live in Amsterdam. I'm in Amsterdam right now. The reason why my channel name is called Vegan Power Lab is because, well, vegan, that's pretty obvious. And power is because I thought, you know what, I'll post from time to time some powerlifting or muscle building stuff. And lab because, I'm science focused. But I guess some people were just like, nobody really understood that. So it was just a combination. And I thought, hey, that sounds really good. But I'll at some point I will change it. So yeah. Martin says we donate to help you fight for the animals' rights. Thank you, Martin. I appreciate that. And that is my promise to you, regardless whether you donate or not, regardless if you just subscribe, whether you subscribe or not, whether you want to watch or not. That is my promise to you, that I will fight for animals as much as I can, because it's the right thing to do, not because of any of that. All of the rest just is a little bit of incentive, right? And I really want more activists to go out there and do it. Jackie, thank you so much. I feel everybody donating now. I feel awkward. I don't know how to react to donations. Thank you so much, Jackie. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Hey, would you like to try a social experiment? I would normally put on my hat.
What are we talking about?
I just ask you some questions, get you to think a little bit. You want to try it?
Sure. Why
You
not?
okay being live on my YouTube
Yeah,
channel?
that's fine.
Okay, nice. What's your name?
Luke.
Luke. Nice to meet you, Luke.
Nice to meet you as well.
Okay, so, Luke, where are you from?
Florida originally.
Florida. Okay, I appreciate that. Nice. Okay, so, Luke, what's your take on oppression?
Oppression? Against?
Against it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that the powerful should have the right to oppress the powerless?
No one should have the right to do anything to another person, in my personal opinion.
Okay. So do you think that even if the powerful get some benefit from it, is that wrong if they oppress the other?
I think regardless of circumstance, regardless of qualifiers or situational, anything that infringes upon the rights of another person is wrong.
Okay. And what if the other person doesn't realize that they're oppressed?
No.
Still wrong.
Still wrong.
Okay. Do you think that we're oppressing animals when we force them into slaughterhouses for us?
So we've switched. It's two questions in one there, because not only have we switched from people to people on people, but we've switched to people
I never
on
said
animals.
people. I just said oppression. in general.
Impressions in general. All right, then.
in general.
All right, fair
because
enough.
it's still oppression, right?
Sure,
Oppression is still, regardless of the victim on the other side, oppression is still oppression.
Sure. Okay. Well, nonetheless, and then forcing them into slaughterhouses.
Yeah. Or when we exploit them, for products that we basically don't need, we just choose, because all of them are optional to us.
Yeah, of course, right? So many things. Glue, for God's sakes, right? I mean, I think there's probably no way around it in saying yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we are, right? So do you think that you can be against oppression while simultaneously buying animal products, for example, and supporting a system of oppression, or directly supporting a system of oppression?
So I would say that it depends on whether it's probably for survival or not. And even if it is for survival, it doesn't mean that you have to do it in such a way that is cruel and unnecessary, so to speak.
Let's say if you're on a deserted island,
Yeah.
it is what it is, right?
Sure.
But in today's society,
Yeah.
we're not in a deserted island. We
Correct.
have readily available options, supermarkets, stores everywhere.
Yeah.
So then we're not in a survival situation, right?
Yeah, correct.
So in all of these situations,
In
it is-
many
so-
situations.
So in all of these situations, when we buy an animal product, we are supporting oppression, right?
It depends on how the product went about it, I suppose.
Is there any way of buying an animal product that you can think of that would exclude any form of exploitation of animals?
I would have to find out more about the particular companies that do the practices. You can do it if you decide whether you're going to be vegetarian or not. That's a completely different choice. But if you are deciding to not be vegetarian or whatever, then you can still go about it in the kindest way possible. At the end of the day, a steak's a steak. There's no two ways of looking at it. You know what I mean?
There's no kind way of killing an animal that doesn't want to die, is there?
There's a quicker way. That's about the best you can do, I think.
Is that kind, though?
Oh, no, of course not.
Of course not. No. And it's also oppressive, right? Like if I go around killing a person, Just
Yeah.
because I do it quickly doesn't mean that it's okay or it's
Correct.
not a form of
Yeah,
oppression.
yeah. I mean, fortunately, cannibalism isn't too common, so there's a little bit of a gray area as
Yeah.
far as that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, because I understand the normality or the commonality of things, but what I'm referring here more than anything is about morality and whether distinguishing right from wrong, right? So do you think it is wrong for us to consume animal products? That is my question.
That's a different question. That's a significantly harder question.
That's
yeah.
kind of where I was leaning towards.
Yeah, of
when
course.
I asked all these questions.
This is what I meant by two in one.
I was building up to this, right?
Yes,
Do
of
you
course.
think it is wrong for us to consume animal products? Given that there's exploitation, abuse, slaughter, and oppression behind all of them.
Well, I mean, you can't have consumption without slaughter, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Well, in a terrible way, I suppose you could. But as far as
some form
just-
of incidental killing, what you mean, right? Like, because behind plant-based products, there's
Yeah.
some, right, you could say there's some crop deaths happening there.
there's some what?
Crop deaths.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's some form of incidental deaths
Yeah.
or killing there, but those are not intentional, those are not, like, exploitative, right? Whereas all the others are exploitative.
Yeah.
And so that's why I ask, like, do you think there's any way of... Is it still wrong to consume animal products? I'll come back to this question.
Oh, yeah, sure. I would say this may be a question or an answer that evolves over time, because if you were to ask this question, let's say 100 years ago, I think that it would be a fairly clear answer of it's okay, because frankly the infrastructure wasn't set up for it. Today we're in a transitional stage.
Yeah.
So if you say it 100 years ago, if you say it 100 years in the future, and we have more infrastructure, because even though we have means of plant-based diets nowadays, I wouldn't say it's universally accessible, especially country dependent. Furthermore, there's probably some perfecting that we can do along with that as well.
That. So what you mean,
Yeah.
like there's situations when people may not have access to it. But let's discuss, like it's so easy to discuss about these other situations, but let's discuss the situations we're in, right? Like the situation you're in.
Yeah.
Do you think that for you, is it wrong for you to consume animal products?
Do I think it's wrong for me? I probably, with some effort, could figure out a way not to. For me personally, I do think in the sort of simplistic circle of life type of style of thinking, frankly.
But do you think that behind these animals that go into slaughterhouses or that we exploit for animals, do you think there's a subject there? Do you think there's an individual there who maybe has a personality, who doesn't want to die, or?
Personality, there's probably something akin to that. I certainly do not think that humans are the only special creatures on this planet. But doesn't want to die. I mean, it depends on how much foreshadowing you have, I suppose. I mean, something, if you die before you realize it, then, again, this is a bit of a bad situation. It's not a good thing no matter what.
Yeah,
exactly.
And it's not about dying, it's about killing, right? It's about being killed, because that's the idea. So, what is holding you back from never exploiting animals right now?
Never exploiting animals.
Or never supporting the exploitation of animals.
I think, to me, it is like I said, like more of a circle of life. That's my philosophy on the matter.
But do you apply this philosophy to killing and eating dogs or killing and eating other weak humans? It is still a circle of life, as you call it. They're weak humans. You can just as well kill them if they're in your way, right?
You could. I mean, it's not in our society, but it's in theory possible.
In
yes,
theory,
of course.
and let's say you're in a place where you could do that legally, right? Because now there's legal repercussions. Would you still think that's okay to do? Or would you do that?
I think I'd prefer not to, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a hypocritical answer to say that there's certain things that you can and certain things that you can't. Absolutely. There's, again, no two ways around that. I mean, at that point, I think you take probably a much more practical stance on nutritional value. What is something that there's going to be certain animals that you could eat that wouldn't be practical for long-term consumption, whether that's just mass amounts or whether it's nutritional value, things like that. And so you can take this more practical stance on where you draw the line. But at the end of the day, from the morality standpoint, I don't particularly think so.
Yeah, so morally speaking, do you think it's right to see animals as resources, to draw only nutritional values from their life, to draw only nutritional only our benefit, what we can get from them, or do you think the way to see them as individuals who just want to live, and we leave them alone and they leave us alone?
I mean, I think it'd be great if we could get to a point in which that were the case. At the end of the day, me personally, I don't take this. I think we are just part of the life cycle as well, and so I don't personally place humans above it, and I think being part of that life cycle is eating other animals, evolutionarily speaking.
We don't have to, right?
We don't have to.
Do you
No,
eat
correct.
dogs, for example?
No.
Why not? It's part of the life cycle.
Well, again, going back to the nutritional value type of thing and stuff like that. And
Let's say, nutritionally speaking, it's the same, right? What do you
but
you
it-
eat
I mean,
like
it's
1 kilogram of, what do you eat?
Yeah.
100 grams of meat from a cow or 100 grams of meat from a dog. Let's
I
say nutritionally
don't
they're
think
similar.
they're necessarily this similar, but as far as practical standpoint goes, no, there's not. I mean, there's no reason to prefer one over the other than social acceptance.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
of course.
And do you think that's fair towards the cows or towards
No, of
the
course not.
individuals?
No.
And do you strive to be a fair person?
Yeah.
And do you
But
think you can be a fair person by still doing this to them?
Again, my personal stance is circle of life. It's
But it just sounds like this is just like an expression that you keep saying,
Yes.
circle of life. But
Yeah.
it doesn't mean anything, does it? Morally speaking, you said it's wrong.
Yeah.
You said it's not fair.
Mhm.
And then when I ask you if it's, then what you're doing is immoral.
Mhm.
Is it immoral?
No.
It's not immoral because of circle of life. So you see what I mean? You acknowledge the idea that it's wrong, it's immoral, but then when I ask if you do it, you say no because for you it's the circle of life. Somehow.
Yes.
But otherwise it's immoral.
I think that there's there's no way around it. It's unfortunate, and if
I mean, there
if
is
we
a
were,
way around it. You can choose not to participate in it.
I'm saying like being beholden to the reality in which that we live, and I don't mean that in a practical sense. I mean that we're all born into a situation in which that we need to consume. Unfortunately,
We don't need to.
well, we need to consume. Whether we need to consume the animals
we don't need to
is the
consume
question.
animals,
Correct?
right? That's
Exactly.
the thing,
Yeah.
right? So we don't need to pay for or support animal exploitation.
Oh yeah, I
Yes,
mean,
right.
I never try to engage in giving money to a corporation or entity that I know is engaging in animal exploitation.
All of them exploit animals.
Sorry, in a more than like minimal way that they can do it.
Let's put
There's-
it into perspective.
Yeah.
For example, just to be sure that we're talking about the same thing.
Sure.
Do you know about dairy cows, for example? Why do cows produce milk?
Why don't you just go ahead and tell me?
They're mammals, right? For their
Sure,
babies,
sure, yeah,
just
yeah,
like
of course, yeah.
That's what I mean. So.
Oh, I thought you meant in more practical
No,
sense.
no,
Okay,
I mean,
sorry.
That's for their babies, practical and biological. That's
Sure,
why they produce
okay,
milk,
yeah.
right? So what farmers do is they forcefully impregnate them. Like
Mhm.
literally, somebody puts their hands in their anus, holds their cervix, and injectable semen.
Mhm.
The reason why they do that is because not a lot of farms can afford to have a bull because they would have to, feed them. So it's just cheaper to buy the sperm.
Mhm.
That's why they do that. My sister is a veterinarian in the U.S. She did that. She no longer does that. And after 9 months, when the babies are born, what do you think happens to them?
Is it 9 months gestation period?
Yeah, it's
Is it
exactly
really?
like
Oh,
humans,
very
yeah,
interesting.
9 months.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not certain. No, don't
yeah,
know.
Yeah, so the first thing that happens is they get separated from their mother.
Sure.
Because they would drink their milk, and
Ah.
we have to sell the milk, of
Yeah.
course, so we don't want them to drink it. If the baby is born male, they don't produce milk, so what do you think happens to them?
If it's born a male, they don't produce milk. It probably depends on the farm. I'm sure some of them are unfortunately eaten. We do have veal.
Yeah, we kill them.
Yeah.
All farms kill them.
Ah.
Either they kill them the first week, month, or year, maximum a year, but they
Oh,
all get killed.
interesting.
If they're female, year-over-year forceful impregnation like their mothers
Mhm.
for 6 to 8 years, after which the farmer can no longer financially justify keeping them alive because they don't get pregnant with ease. So then keeping them alive would imply feeding them for a whole cycle of year, and
I see.
they don't do that, so they kill them.
I see.
Do you think that this is, and they can live up to 25 years, by the way, so they don't live even half their life.
So yeah, either way.
Do you think this is a form of objectifying animals? Making them exactly like resources. Literally, we use them, we do whatever we want to them, just as long as we get our products from it, right? Like,
I mean, it depends. So, undoubtedly, yes, there's a form of objectification. I don't know. I mean, that is it sounds like a handful of steps in the process, and I don't know what every step in between is either.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, I don't know how they live the rest of their lives.
Does it matter? Does it matter? Like, does
you're-
that
if you-
justify any of the stuff,
If
any
the-
of those steps that we
But that
did?
just comes back to the same kind of the ultimate question: is the justification of killing them acceptable? Because you can take two stances. One of them being that you put them in a cubby hole and you make them horrible existences the entire time, and at the end you kill them and you eat them, and that's awful. Or you give them the best possible life that they can have, and at the end you kill them and eat them. So either way, you're not getting in the situation that we're accepting that killing and eating is an end answer here. Then neither is great because you still have the same punchline.
Yeah.
However,
Is it better to kill a happy animal or a sad animal?
I think life's temporary anyways. You give them the best you can. It's the same way. I would never eat my dog, but
the
like I
reality-
give them the best life I can possibly give them, because at
If
the end
you
of the day
have
it's still
right?
going to go.
That's the thing. If you, I would agree with everything that you said.
Yeah.
In a situation where there would be a need, right? Like in a situation where we would need to do this to animals, we wouldn't be able to survive without doing this to animals, and we wouldn't have the technology, let's say, to do anything else.
Yeah.
You could justify doing this, but in a situation where we don't need any of it, where we choose to do this to animals, in a situation where we could literally pick up plant-based products from the store and buy whatever else and not exploit one innocent animal, don't you think that is wrong to do that or to support that?
I think that might be a little bit assumptive, but if you don't need to do it, then again, yes, there's other ways around it.
There's no other way around it. There's
No, other ways around. Other ways around
Yeah.
to not do it is what I
Okay.
mean. Yeah. Seconding your point, basically.
Yeah.
As to whether you end up doing it or not, then my personal philosophy is that this is what I mean by the circle of life. It's just we are animals as well, and I don't particularly place myself above them. However, making that process unduly necessary, that I am definitely against regardless.
You mean like
I've got to run, I've got other plans to do.
I understand that, but I just want to say, as if you continue on this path, you will exploit animals that don't want to be exploited. You will be killing animals that don't want to be killed. And I'm here speaking on their behalf, consider me
I
the voice of
completely
them.
understand.
And I just want you to understand that you don't need to do this. You can choose otherwise. And I don't see any reason why you would choose to continue doing it. Like, you seem like a logical person. You seem like a very intelligent person, and there's no need of this circle of life. You like logically between two intelligent people
I
speaking. Do
understand.
you think the circle of life is any form of good justification to do this to them?
I think that is something that we're beholden to, just like everything else on this planet.
But it's not something that we can justify murder with, right?
Nice chatting with
We
you.
can't justify murder by saying circle of
I
life.
appreciate your opinion.
Well, it's not my opinion. Would it be okay for somebody to do it for you?
It has to be your opinion by definition.
Ugh. I hate it when people are like this. But thank God he left, at least. Oluwali says, dude's a coward. Yeah, Martin, I saw you donate when I started this conversation. Thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate you. Chip, you need to have 2 cameras. It says, how do you figure, Miss Katie? Should I put one here and you see the visuals or what? Like, it's so sad. It's so stupid, right? Like, and that's the thing of it. That's what pisses me off the most when you find, because he seemed like an intelligent person. He seemed like was well spoken, understood the perspective, understood the ideas. But the minute he kind of had to take responsibilities for his own actions, the minute he had to do that, he deflected. He's like circle of life. What the fuck? Jesus Christ! Some people are like. This is the type of thing that annoys me the most, I'll say it. You need 2 cameras because the people start to get nervous and they move out of screen. Okay. Yeah, you're right, Miss Katie. I should be. Or I was thinking of buying like a lens to attach it and make it a little bit wider so that we see a little bit more. I have been vegan since 1997. I have never heard one valid, mature, factual argument against veganism. That applies to the person making the argument. Yeah, 100%. You're right. There's no argument. And hello, everybody. If you're just joining in, welcome. I hope you're enjoying the conversation so far. We do this. We try to challenge people to see things a little bit differently. We try to see, hey, are animals resources? Should we just be able to do whatever we want to animals, or should we, show some fairness, some compassion, some mercy, whatever, however else you want to call it. Reality, it's strictly about fairness, about being just towards everybody, including animals. So that's what we're trying to see. We're trying to get people to do that. I appreciate everybody making donations. You don't have to do any of that, by the way. Hey, you want to try the social experiment? Yes. You okay being live on my YouTube channel?
Yes,
What's your name?
Sanne.
Nice to meet you, Sana. I'm
Nice to
Chip.
meet you.
Pepijn. Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
From the Netherlands, yeah.
Okay, I'll just turn this around and you tell me what you think. It says animal abuse should be legal.
No,
Why not?
no, I don't like abusing animals or people abusing animals.
What if somebody likes it? Should they be able to abuse them just because they like it?
No,
No. Why not?
no,
Why not?
no. It's you have to protect them because they're innocent.
Okay, you have to
So,
protect them.
yeah,
They're innocent.
They
Okay.
can't protect themselves.
How would you define abuse?
Divine abuse. Mostly people who abuse people or animals probably are abused themselves, or they didn't have a nice life.
Yeah, I would say like
Yeah.
physical or emotional harm, right? Like
Yeah.
you harm them
Yeah.
in a way, right?
Yeah.
Do you think so? So it's wrong to abuse cats or dogs?
Yes.
What about cows, chickens, pigs?
That's also animals.
So it's wrong to abuse them,
Yeah,
right?
yes, yes.
Do you think that behind animal products there is some inherent abuse?
Like meat, eating meat, or you mean
Yeah,
more
meat, cheese, clothing,
yes,
also leather, right?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Do you think there's abuse behind
Yes, yes, I'm sure. Yeah.
that? Do you consume any animal products or do you
No,
buy?
no, no.
Are you vegan?
Yes, vegetarian.
Vegetarian.
Yes, and I don't wear leather goods or secondhand. And
Can I ask why are you a vegetarian?
I was really young when I started it. I think I saw something on television about it.
So do you consume any animal products at all, like cheese, milk, eggs?
Eggs, yes, eggs I do, and milk I do also. Yes.
Do you know what happens to cows for them to produce milk?
Yes, I saw an item about it. Yeah, it's really.
Can you walk me through it just to be sure that we're on the same page?
Well, they're like it's there when they got milk. They're in a small area, and it hurts them because the machine is hurting them.
That's only
It's-
part of it. But
yeah.
let's say so in all farms, regardless if they're small, if they're large, if you see
Yeah.
the cows roaming free, what happens is cows get forcefully impregnated to have babies, right?
Yeah.
To produce milk.
Yeah.
And if the first thing that happens when the babies are born, what do you think is the first thing that happens when the babies are born?
Then they get away from their mother, and then they produce milk, and they have to keep it going. the
Exactly.
Milk. Yes, yes.
Exactly. So,
I
and
was-
if the babies are born male, what do you think happens to them?
Probably for meat.
Exactly.
Yes.
They get killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And females, year over year, forceful impregnation for 6 to 8 years, after which the farmer can no longer impregnate them with ease, and then they all get killed, and they can live up to 20, 25 years.
Yes.
Do you think this is abusive?
Yes, it's very abusive.
And do you think it can be against animal abuse while simultaneously buying milk or cheese or dairy products?
It depends where you buy it, because you can also buy it at a farm. Because I was raised in a village where we know where the milk was from, because it was from the cows. It was a small farm. So
But
then
don't they do the same thing?
they don't do that. So that is.
Are there any male bulls on that farm?
Well, it used to be. It's not anymore.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was when I was young.
Yeah.
We bought it there. So I
But
don't know about
nowadays,
cows.
yeah.
Nowadays it's true. Yeah. So maybe milk. I have to stop drinking milk. I don't drink a lot, but sometimes in the coffee.
Yeah.
So, but most
You
of
can
the
choose a plant-based milk, right?
actually, most of the time it's almond milk. It's
Yeah,
not really.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Do you
So-
think that animals should be treated like resources? Should we see them as something that we can get benefit from, or should we see them as individuals?
Individuals, I think we stop. Everybody should stop eating meat or buy leather things.
Exactly.
I always said
and also
it. but-
any animal products, right? Because
Yeah,
behind
I
milk
know.
and cheese, as we discussed, it's,
Yeah.
it's just as abusive
Yeah,
as meat,
yeah,
right?
yeah. It's true. It's true.
And do you know anything about eggs, for example? What happens in hatcheries where the chickens come from?
Well, I think that's why when I stopped eating meat, but it's with the eggs, Yeah, well, it's probably all from the battery, from the, how do you say it, in the small. Well, I try to get the eggs, what says it's the right eggs, but not sure if it's true.
Yeah, so
Because when it's, yeah,
all chickens, all
Yeah.
of them come from hatcheries.
yeah,
Hatcheries is a place where chickens literally come from eggs.
yeah,
So what happens there is that when an egg hatches, there's a 50-50 chance that they're born male or female.
yeah,
If they're born female, they go to good farms, like
Yeah.
you call them, good farms, like small farms, large farms, biological
Yeah.
farms, whatever. They go,
Yeah.
females do that. But males, they don't produce any eggs.
no,
So they get killed on
Yeah.
their first day of life, either by blended up alive or by being put in a sack and asphyxiated to death or hit on the
Yeah.
ground. There's all sorts of methods of
Yeah.
killing the males, the male chicks.
yeah,
So that's the first thing. And the
Yeah.
second thing about
Oh.
eggs is that when chickens no longer produce eggs
Yeah.
every day, what do you think happens to them?
yeah, they get killed.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know
So
how
it's
it
just
goes.
as abusive, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, it's
Right.
true, it's true. I think that's my phone call that somebody's waiting for me, so I'm sorry, I have to
Okay.
stop it.
I'll just
But,
I'll just give you a
nice
card.
talking
Do
to
you know
you.
what being
Yeah.
vegan means?
But sorry?
Do you know what being vegan is?
Yeah. Not no animal products at all.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
but it's a moral stance. It's
Yeah.
the idea that animals should not be exploited for us. And
Yeah.
it sounds to me like you align with that.
Yeah.
You just gotta
very.
align your
Yeah.
actions, right? And it's
Yeah.
so easy for you.
Yeah,
You
I
just
know.
gotta
It's
get there.
it's actually very easy because I'm not only a little bit of cheese and a little bit of milk, but I can stop that right
Yeah,
away.
because there's how many more animals do you want to be
Yeah,
exploited
no,
for?
it's true.
Right?
Okay.
So you have this thing. If you go on this website and type in this code, there's a thing there called the most important speech you'll ever hear.
Okay.
Give that a watch. You'll enjoy it, and you
Okay.
share with your. Maybe you can watch it with your son. It's
Yeah.
it's watchable, right? But you have to set it to English if it sets in that.
Okay.
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 Nice.
Thank you.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
one. Bye. Okay, everyone. We're having some more issues again. This theme today is not the. Oh, give me a second. Okay. The phone is charging again. Okay, I think I have one more conversation in me, everybody. Thank you so much for bearing with me. Welcome. If you're 1352, too cold, says Jackie. It is pretty cold, yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We're in Amsterdam. Welcome to my channel. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We have these conversations with people. We get them to think. We get them to see animals in a different way. We just try to challenge beliefs, and we're not imposing our views as other people think. We're not imposing our views on them, but rather we're just, trying to show them that their views are the same as ours. You want to try a social experiment?
Yes.
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Can you?
Papa. Okay, yes, sorry. We're
Yeah.
in a hurry.
No
Hello.
worries. Hello. Okay, so I'll show you this. Animal abuse should be legal. Do you agree?
Animal abuse? No,
Why not?
because it's animals? I don't know.
Is there any
It's
particular
living.
reason why it's wrong to abuse animals?
No, there's just not a reason why you should.
Maybe you get some benefit from it.
No,
No.
no.
So it's wrong to abuse animals even if you benefit from it.
Yeah.
How would you define abuse?
Not taking care, being, zeg maar English, not kind. I mean, not having respect.
I would say physical or emotional harm, right?
Both.
Yeah, exactly. So it's wrong to abuse cats and dogs. What about cows, chickens, pigs?
Yeah, same.
It's wrong to abuse them, right?
Yes.
Do you think that behind animal products there's some inherent abuse?
What was it?
Do you think that behind any animal product there is some inherent abuse?
Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah. Do you consume any animal products?
Yes, sometimes I do.
Do you think there's any way to be against animal abuse while simultaneously supporting it by buying animal products?
Yeah, I know it's wrong, but I still do. Yeah.
Is there what's holding you back from never buying an animal product and from never abusing an animal?
I'm trying, I'm getting better, but I'm not there. Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that. Do you know what being vegan means?
Yeah, not consuming any product or like using any product that has something to do with animals.
Yeah, that's a consequence of it. But being vegan, it's a moral principle where we reject the commodification of animals. We reject animals to be exploited for us. You understand what that means?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a consequence of it is we don't buy animal products for food, we don't buy for leather, for
Makeup,
clothing,
yeah.
makeup, anything, right? Do you feel like you align with that definition?
Line, wacht, hè. If I
Like, do you agree with
agree,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's just your actions that need to be aligned with your own definition, right?
Yes.
Okay, where is it that you're having difficulty with?
I'm not always aware enough of the products I'm using. Yeah,
Do you
especially
think-
for clothes.
I understand that. Do you think
Yeah.
you have a responsibility to be more aware of it?
Yes.
Because do you think that even if one time we buy an animal product and this one animal goes into a slaughterhouse for us or gets exploited for us, do you think to them it matters that we only did it one time, or it matters?
No, we have to do it
Yeah.
on a frequent
Exactly.
basis.
Exactly. Okay, and I won't keep you too long. I'll just ask you this one final question. How many more animals do you want to be exploited for you?
The least as possible, I think.
Least as possible.
Yeah.
Is it more than 0?
I would like to say no, but I'm pretty sure it will be yes.
So you don't want to...
Yes, I will change, but I will not change in one day.
I appreciate you at least wanting to change. That's a big deal, first of all. And I understand that change can seem hard, but I think that if you take it day by day, it won't be too difficult, if that's my advice to you.
Okay.
Number one. And number two, the reason why I asked this question is because, you know, if you were in their shoes, would you want somebody to say, I'll try to change, or would you want somebody to say, no, I'll stop
I'll
it?
change, yeah. Yeah,
Right.
I would like, I'll change.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just give you a card, and I won't... It's pretty cold, huh?
It's
I saw
really
you
cold.
with your
No
hand,
problem.
yeah. So there's a Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes every day for free.
Okay.
Sounds like maybe that would help you out. And
Okay.
one cool thing is if you go on this website, you have a lot of resources there, but there's a video there called The Most Important Speech You'll Ever Hear.
The most important thing, yeah.
You might enjoy that a lot. Can you give that a watch?
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate you. This is a code that I made. When you go on this website,
I
they'll
have
ask
to
you
put
for a
in
code, yeah. And if not, if you scan this, the code is automatically filled in.
Okay.
I appreciate you. What's your name?
Thank you. Fleur.
Say it again.
Fleur.
Fleur. I'm Chip. Nice to meet you, Fleur.
Nice to meet you too.
Let's not exploit any more animals, okay?
Okay.
Okay, you can share that video, by the way, with your family also if you want. It's a
Yes,
very nice video
I
to
will.
watch. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Whew, it is cold, everybody. Well, that was quick and easy, sorted for easy and whiz. Well, I don't know. I feel like I don't feel that great about that conversation. If you mention abuse, killing, or harm, but emphasize it's not about treatment, it's about use. Does anyone have the right to use you? What makes you okay to? That's a very good point, Vegan Animal Defender. I appreciate that. That's a very good point. You're right. It's not about the treatment. I should mention that. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right on that one. I wonder how many animals were displaced of a home so his home could be built from wood, Federico says. I don't know, probably the same amount as it happened for everybody, and my home is not built of wood, so there you go. And my home was built in the 1800s or something like that, because I live in the Netherlands. So it doesn't matter. Funny. Hi Chip, with you buddy here in the UK. Hey Steve, nice to meet you. Welcome to the channel. Hey, you want to try a social experiment?
Yeah, why not?
Cool. Are you okay being live on my YouTube channel? Sure. Can you come a little bit closer so that you can view? Nice. What's your name?
Cormac.
Where are you from?
Ireland.
Ireland. Nice to meet you, Cormac. Okay, I'll turn this around and tell me what you think. It says animal abuse should be legal.
What? It shouldn't be legal.
It shouldn't be legal. Why not?
Because it's cruel.
It's cruel. Okay, what if you find what if I don't find it cruel to abuse animals?
Your opinion is relative to what? A fact is it's cruel. Your opinion means nothing to whether it's cruel or not. Like,
Yeah, because
a fact is a fact,
the
like.
victims feel it cruel,
Yeah.
right? Okay, how would you define abuse?
By inflicting unnecessary hardship on something.
Okay, yeah, like physical or emotional harm.
Yeah,
I would say.
yeah.
Okay, so it's wrong to abuse cats and dogs. What about cows, chickens, pigs?
Well, I don't know.
Is it wrong to abuse them?
Yeah, sure. To abuse them, yeah, but I mean, people need to eat also. So I mean,
We don't need to eat animals, though, right? Do you need to eat dogs?
no.
Why do you think you need to eat
Well,
cows?
we don't eat dogs.
Do you need to eat
Europe,
dogs?
Europe doesn't eat dogs.
But do you need to eat dogs?
No, but nobody needs to eat whales either. But Japan eat whales. Like it's just culture. Like
Yeah, but that doesn't matter, right? Because you
Yeah.
said in the absence of need, it is abusive, right?
yeah.
So then,
But we need to eat something.
well, we can eat plants. We don't need to eat animals.
Is that not abuse on plants?
Well, plants are not sentient, right? So they wouldn't feel the
I
consequences.
wouldn't
of
agree
the
with you
abuse.
there. Like,
You wouldn't agree that plants are not sentient.
yeah.
Well, sentience is an emerging property of brains and central nervous systems. Plants have none of that.
Plants do have nervous systems. Plants do have, they have growth. They have ability to adapt and change, and survive in the element. And
They're
they
intelligent.
have to have intelligence to do that. And
They have intelligence, but they don't have
for me is
sentience,
sentience.
Well,
For
intelligence
me,
and sentience are
intelligence
different. Okay, but let's put it this way. Let's say you think plants are sentient, then wouldn't it make more sense to kill less plants?
There's actually experiments done that when you actually cook grass at a certain frequency, you can actually hear the grass scream.
No,
So-
it's not. It's not. It's not. It's called cavitation. It's not called screaming. I know what you mean. I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about, and it's called cavitation. It's plants expulsing air. But let's say if you believe plants should be sentient, okay? They are sentient. Doesn't that imply that we should kill as few plants as possible?
It does imply like we shouldn't be killing anything, but needs must. Like people
yeah.
have to.
You should only
survive,
kill the
so-
strictly necessary, right?
Yeah.
One more is way too much.
Yeah.
Okay, so then when we buy an animal product, we kill
But
more
what about
plants.
what about capital punishment in America?
I'm all against it, of course.
I'm not.
You're not against
No.
capital punishment.
No.
So,
Like if a really bad guy hurts a child, he should die. Like you know what I mean?
so why is it wrong to hurt a child?
Because the child is innocent and does no harm. Like
Are animals not innocent?
they are innocent, yeah.
So if somebody hurts an animal, why shouldn't they have suffered the same fate?
Because unfortunately, in the world, the way that it is.
No,
we
according
need
to
eat,
your
like-
morals. Because you said you agree with capital punishment. You agree
Yeah.
that somebody who hurts a child should be punished to death.
Yeah,
If somebody hurts an animal for the same reason because they're innocent, why shouldn't they be punished to death?
I don't know.
And then I go even further. Why do you support it? Why do you support the harm of animals? Why do you support the exploitation of animals? Because it's not about harm, is it? It's about
No.
exploiting them. It's about using them against their will.
Well, I would think that a lot of animals can provide a lot of protein, more so than what you can get from plants and grass and all that sort of stuff.
First of all, that's
like
not true.
well,
But who cares,
yeah, okay.
right? Like if I get benefit from harming a child, as you said,
But you don't benefit from harming a child.
how would you know?
benefit
Maybe I
from-
can benefit. Maybe
In
you
what
know,
way?
Maybe they're a punching bag for me, and I grow my muscles. Who cares? It's a benefit.
Well,
what
then
kind of
maybe you should be put to death then for that.
Well,
one.
what kind of benefit is it to say that they're nutritional? I can kill
Yeah,
a
you get
child and
protein
eat
from
them,
it,
right? And I can get protein
If you
from
study
a child.
biology, you know that the body needs protein, and they're the biggest source of protein.
So I can get protein from eating a child.
Yeah,
according
but
to your
child-
own, according to you, you're basically doing exactly what you said others should have capital punishment for.
I don't think it's the same. I know what you're saying, and I know the argument you're trying to push, but I don't.
But
agree
you
with
said
but-
the reason why it's wrong to harm a child is because of their innocence.
Yeah.
Because they're innocent. It's the same applies to an animal. They're innocent. So I using your logic,
Yeah,
then it should be
No, yeah, fair
right.
enough,
It should you should suffer capital punishment according to your own
yeah,
morals.
fair enough, yeah.
But I'm not here, by the way. I'm not here to like we can we can
No,
go
no,
back
it's
and
a-
forth.
it's an honest
honestly,
conversation, yeah.
honestly, I'm here to just to show you a little bit that at the baseline you agree with the idea that animals should not be exploited, right? It's just that we go
Are
away
you
from.
are you a vegan?
Yes, I am a vegan. Yeah, but what do you think being vegan means?
Eating or not having anything to do with any, materials or food stuff that have anything to do with animals.
Yeah.
Not wearing leather, not all
Exactly.
that stuff like.
Yeah, but being vegan, it's like a stance where we say animals should not be exploited for us. That's it, full stop. We reject this idea because we can survive and thrive without
Do you
it.
think you're making a difference?
I mean, one person going vegan can save up to 100 animals per year, so there's that difference. But
But-
I am also speak to other people, and today there were people who wanted to go vegan.
Well,
So
for
there's-
example,
there
if
is-
there, if
I
there's
am
a
making
cow, if
difference.
there is a cow on a farm, and you're vegan, but I'm not vegan, like that cow will still die, like, because me and many people like me
Maybe,
will eat
but at
the
some
cow
point the
regardless.
next cow will no longer bring to existence just to be exploited and slaughtered.
Hopefully, that's an
Hopefully,
ideal
yeah.
world. I have.
But why do you support this exploitation?
Because unfortunately, I don't feel that
Who cares
people.
what you
I
feel?
don't feel that people are cared about enough.
But that's what you said. You
I
can
thi- I
care
think-
about humans all day.
Yeah,
What
but
do you
I
mean?
think but I don't think that the government and the powers that be really give a shit about what we think and what we do.
How is
Like,
that a justification to exploit animals? What does that have to do with
Because
it?
what can I do? What can I change?
You can choose to not exploit animals.
But
yourself.
even if I go vegan tomorrow, it's not going to change anything. Like.
Well, it is for a couple of animals. For them, it's their whole life. For you, it's just a meal.
But the animal that I save will still be killed in a week's time for somebody who does
And
eat
at
meat.
some point, no more animals will do. You understand supply and demand, right?
I understand supply and demand, but I also understand that they will make sure there is a demand for something that they have supplying. For example, in America, they don't drink a lot of milk that Ireland do. Ireland drink a lot more milk because we have a lot more cows. Like they will push whatever they have in surplus on the population, and we will grow up to be teaching that we need milk, even though we
It
don't
is
need
still
milk.
supply and demand. They still do it for money. If you don't give them your money, you're not supporting it.
But
And
people are
regardless
brainwashed, though. People are
regardless of
brainwashed.
what happens, regardless if you think that the impact is very small or not, you yourself can say that I'm against animal exploitation and live up to your own morals. Because if you say I'm against animal exploitation, or you say stuff like people who harm children,
I have to live in a world of things that I can change. I can't change mass production of meat, of cows, of everything.
But you
So
can
I
change
have to
your-
live in my little world where I feel I can make a difference by giving a dog or a cat or whatever a good life, because that's what I can do. I can't
You
stop
can also choose
mass
to-
production of
There you
meat.
go. But you're right. You're right. But so in your world, why would you exploit cows and chickens or pigs?
Because they taste nice.
Yeah. So it's okay to exploit them.
Yeah.
So is it okay to exploit dogs?
Yeah.
So also dogs.
In
is
China it is, yeah.
Well, here also. In your world.
See, it's
in
different
your world,
culture.
should
It's
it be
different
o-
culture,
But
like.
in your world, should it be okay to exploit dogs?
I don't agree with exploiting dogs.
Why not? What is the difference between a dog and a cow that warrants the difference in treatment?
Because a dog will treat you and be more loyal to you than a cow ever will be. Like. And
So what if a dog is not
a
loyal? If a dog can never be loyal, should we be exploiting them?
But dogs are loyal.
Well, we find a dog who's
like,
not loyal.
You're talking about a world of if and buts, but like
Yeah.
fantasy. Like,
Do
know
you
what I
think
mean?
all dogs are loyal? There's dogs who are not loyal.
Well, there's also people aren't loyal. But,
Yeah. So those dogs that
Look,
are
I
not
gotta go.
loyal,
Have
should
a good
those
day,
be
right?
exploited? I'm not gonna shake your hand because you exploit animals, and I don't want to do that.
You shook my hand literally 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, but I don't wanna. I don't agree with the idea of exploiting animals. No offense, I just
Neither
don't
do I,
think.
but like,
I just don't
you're
agree
just a
with the
hypocrite,
idea.
so sure. Anyway.
This is the first person who got offended by me not shaking their hand afterwards. But hey, I don't want to shake their hand. Mark Walder says this person is such a waste of time. Thank you for somebody else who donated, by the way. I appreciate you who donated. I don't know. Run away, yeah. He got upset for the... But you know, maybe that will get him to think a little bit, huh? I said I have one more conversation in me, and I had two more. And by the way, when I had this conversation, there were people who were watching me have the conversation. He said, "You're a hypocrite." Yeah, exactly. That's so funny. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I hope you're subscribing. I hope you're liking this video. Hope you're enjoying it. We're having conversations with people. I'm a channel that I'm me alone. I'm trying to get people to think about their choices and trying to get them to see animals as individuals, not resources. Ivan says, "Who do you think you are?" Who do I think I am? I'm just a normal person. Stop donating, everybody. Thank you so much for the donation. I just came home from doing outreach to find Chip doing it live. Thank you so much, Zvets. I appreciate you. Okay, I think I only have one more conversation with me. I have to go to the bathroom again, and I don't want it to be another situation where it becomes an emergency. I'll wait 3 more minutes, and if they don't come, then we'll stop. The LTN, great outreach. Thank you so much. Honestly, it's been a better outreach today indeed, and at least I feel like it's been better. And it's been mostly better thanks to you, everybody who's been watching and has been giving suggestions on how to improve. Because that's what I want. That's what we need. We need to improve. We need to get better at it. And the only way to do that is, you know, if people say it, because I just go around in these circles where I'm like doing the same things, and I don't want to do that. I want to improve. The animals deserve better, and we deserve to do better for them. it's important to emphasize that it goes beyond supply and demand. It's about how you view animals, not as a thing to use, but as being respect. With this, you can dismiss and debunk that argument. I guess so. I feel like I tried to say that to him, but he didn't really care about that too much. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna. I don't think I can do it anymore, guys. I appreciate you, but I think I need to go to the bathroom again badly. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I especially appreciate everybody who donated. I especially appreciate everybody for being here. I hope you have subscribed. I hope you're doing all that beautiful thing. And you know, I really want to show you everyone who's here that even when it's cold, even when it's shitty, even when it's nice, you can go out there, have some conversations with people, enjoy it. We just got to speak up for animals. We got to do better. We have, you know, even one conversation, by the way, even one single conversation, you don't know how it trickles down, right? One person going vegan, like I went vegan, I went there, speak up for, I spoke to many people. One person going vegan can in time change so many other lives, right? So we just go out there. You never know what's going to happen. So I appreciate everybody for being here. If you're not vegan, subscribe to my channel. If you're not vegan, you might enjoy the conversations more. If you are vegan, subscribe to my channel. You might enjoy the conversations also. And if you're an activist also, thank you so much for being an activist. Thank you for doing all the activism. And Ben says I'm texting you later on Instagram. Please do. If you want to contact me, by the way, and if you want to send me messages, send me improvements or stuff, you can find me also on Instagram. It's the same handle as I do on YouTube. But yeah, that's about it, everybody. I appreciate you being here, and I hope you will have an awesome day. And thank you so much for donating. It will go a long way, and we'll try to help more animals with it, okay? I appreciate you. Have a good one. And I'm not pushing my opinion on people, says Ivan, I don't know what you're doing, but stop exploiting animals. That's all we want. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.